Hey guys, today I will be making this bench out of some hand tools and the drill. First, I'm going to be laminating the pieces together. So here, I'm just going to put glue. Next, I'm going to prepare to glue them and try to make sure that they are as lined up as possible. Next, I'm going to be clamping the pieces together. Next, I'm going to plane it and I'm just going to be cleaning up the seat. Next, let's talk about layout. So here, I've just marked an inner rectangle about 2 inches in, and every corner, I've poked a dot, and that's where I'm going to drill. And also, I connect the corners of the inside rectangle together, and that will help you find the angle. And here, I just have a scrap piece of wood with an angle cut into it. That angle is about 10 degrees. For the legs, I am using this 2x2. And first, we're going to put relief cuts so that when we chisel and carve out the tenon, the split won't go all the way through the wood. Next, I'm going to use a chisel to carve out the tenon. You can do this with a chisel, but next I'm bringing it to the chopping block so I can get one of my knives. I actually don't know what this is called, but I find it pretty useful. And I'm going to bevel down so that over time it just gets wedged in tighter instead of getting loose. For assembly, I first cut out some wedges. Next, I have here my leg with wood glue and I'm just going to pound it in since it's a pretty friction fit. You don't need to pound it in that hard because the wedge will make it very tight in there. Kinda acts like a clamp. Next, here I have a wedge with the wood glue too. And I'm just going to put it in the hole and I'm going to hammer it down. Next, I'm going to flush cut them off so that they will be flush with the surface. And I recommend you put masking tape around what you're cutting so that there will be less scratches, but I end up just sanding them off. Next, I'm gonna level the feet and I tape a pencil to a scrap piece of wood and try to put it in the flattest surface as possible. And yes, this is the chopping block, but of course you get the concept. Just draw a line on all 4 of the legs so that you can cut them off. And then you cut them off and try to get the angle as much as possible. Next, I put a coat of boiled linseed oil. This bottle of boiled linseed oil has been sitting in my shop for a while now. And it's because before I didn't really like boiled linseed oil because of course it doesn't give that much protection. But actually now I learned to like boiled linseed oil. It actually looks really nice and natural on the wood. And not everything has to be very weatherproof or waterproof or whatever because this is just going to be a bench that I'm gonna use inside the house. After the coat of boiled linseed oil, I also put a coat of wax too just to make it shine a little more. My favorite type of wax is beeswax or other types of finishing wax that just gives the wood a little shine. Applying these oil finishes just look really good to the wood and the grain really pops out when you apply it. And here's the follow-up coat with just some beeswax. I'm very happy with how this turned out. This is actually one of my favorite hand tool projects now. And I've got the angles of the legs pretty well, and they're pretty flush to the floor. So yeah, that would be it. Thanks for watching. Bye!